Kath Lavery Associates, which is the name of my company, is me. There is only me. So I'm a single-handed consultant working in the area of sort of board excellence, chairmanship, and working with the public sector. There's two main parts to what I do. There is the board excellence, chairmanship, corporate governance area, which is really about the structure that you work in, what an organisation works in and how it makes decisions properly and well, how good your board is and the skills of your chairman and what your chairman brings to the organisation. So that's one half of it. And the other half is helping people understand and work with local government, the NHS, and to some extent the third sector, but it's really about how you work with the public sector and how you understand how those organisations work. People think that companies, organisations don't need to think about how they make decisions. But anybody who's been in a bad meeting, or a meeting that went nowhere, or a meeting where you walked out frustrated and angry and thinking that was a waste of my time, needs to understand how you make that better. And there are ways of making that better. So that's what I do. I look at the organisation, how it structures, how your meetings work, what your meetings do. Are they working under the right rules, the terms of reference? Are you covering the stuff you need to cover statutorily? So do your directors know what they're doing? Do they know what their responsibilities are? Does your chairman understand what their job is and are they the right person for the job? Are their skills right? And do your meetings give you good decisions that everybody is on board with and everybody knows what they are and people walk out of the meeting thinking, oh, that was great, I had a really good time. So that's what I do in the first half of it, to make sure all of that works properly, and that's more complicated, I suppose, than people give it credit for. You get 40 years of my experience, I think. I've been chairing committees since I was in my 20s. I've chaired some very big organisations, an NHS trust, some big council committees. I've also, and continue to do, chair some small ones, charities, third sector organisations. I chair companies these days. So you get a lot of personal experience of what works, what doesn't, and some technical experience around corporate governance and what a director does. Safety and security of your decision making, because if you are making decisions that are not being made properly and in governance, then you can't uphold them because the wrong people have been making them in the wrong place, and that's bad for an organisation if somebody over there is making decisions you don't want them to make. But basically it's about efficiency, effectiveness, getting the best out of your board and the people who are sat around your board table, and making sure when you go into a board meeting or any meeting that it's a good use of your time, really. So it's about efficient, effective decision making and making sure that everybody in your organisation knows what's happening and is on board with the decisions that you've made. The second part of what I do is about helping businesses and some big third sector organisations, but mostly businesses, understand how to work well with the public sector. My job is to be their sort of tour guide through local government and the NHS particularly. Sometimes that means just sitting down and explaining who you should be talking to. Sometimes it can mean contacting those people for businesses. It can mean going to meetings with businesses if they've got a meeting with a public sector officer that they don't understand, they want some help, they don't want to lose their temper in that meeting, so they want somebody there who's going to represent them. It can mean forming those contacts, so making those emails and phone calls. But it is about helping businesses work with the public sector properly without getting frustrated and angry at how a very different organisation works. Kath Lavery Associates works with all sizes of business and organisations, from the biggest boardroom to the smallest meeting. It's about creating excellence in organisations around meetings, board meetings, directors, chairmen, and how all that works to give you the best decision making you can possibly have. And it is about acting as your intermediary and tour guide into the public sector.